afternoon students, welcome to video lectures on chemistry. So in the morning class we completed the compounds of 14th group family. So we completed 14th group compounds. So what are the 14th group compounds? First one silanes and the second one silicones. So these are the compounds of 14th group family, that is carbon, silicon, germanium, tin, lead. So important compounds are under silicon. These are hydrides of silicon, that is nothing but silanes, and one more compound, that is silicones. So silicones are the polymers which contains SiO-Si bond linkage. So we completed the classification of silicones and also preparation of silicones. So three types of silicones are there. First one is linear silicones, second one is cyclic silicones, and third one is cross-linked silicones. So all are prepared from alkyl chlorosilanes. And now our topic is compounds of 15th group elements. Compounds of 15th group elements. So 15th group compounds are nothing but nitrogen family. So nitrogen, phosphorus, arsenic, antimony and bismuth. So these are the compounds of 15th group. So now compounds for 15th group elements. So there are two important compounds under this heading. So first compound is hydrazine. First one is hydrazine. So what is the formula for hydrazine? NH2NH2, simply written as NH2NH2. So there exists a single bond between nitrogen and nitrogen. So simply this is written like this, NH2NH2. This is known as hydrazine. So this is the compound of nitrogen. So nitrogen is a 15th group element. So compounds of nitrogen are compounds of 15th group elements. So first one is hydrazine, NH2NH2. Now preparations of hydrazine. Preparation. So preparation. Hydrazine is prepared from mixing of NH3 with NH2Cl along with NaOH. So here NH3, that is ammonia, and NH2Cl. So what is the name of NH2Cl? If it is NH3, known as ammonia. So here one hydrogen is replaced by chlorine. So simply this is known as chloroammonium. Chloroammonium, simply known as chloramine. CHLOAMINE. So chloramine. So whenever NH3 is reacted with chloramine with NaOH, it gives hydrazine, NH2NH2, and also NaCl, sodium chloride, along with water. So this is the preparation method for NH2NH2, that is hydrazine. So hydrazine is prepared from chloramine, that is NH2Cl. It is reacted with NH3 along with sodium hydroxide, a base, it gives hydrazine. So this is hydrazine. And NaCl. So what is NaCl? This is sodium chloride. So it gives hydrogen as well as sodium chloride. So this is the preparation methods for hydrogen. And now properties. Properties of hydrogen. Properties. So first property, hydrogen is a colorless liquid. It is a colorless liquid. It is a colorless liquid having a boiling point nearly equal to 386 Kelvin. So it is a colorless liquid and also having a boiling point 386 Kelvin. And second one, second property is it is soluble in water. It is completely soluble in water. Also in organic solvents like alcohols, ethers, esters, etc. So first property is it is a colorless liquid having a boiling point 386, and the second property is it is soluble in water and also soluble in organic solvents, so alcohols, esters, ethers, etc. So this is the second property of hydrogen. Now third property. So third property is decomposition property. Decomposition. Whenever hydrogen is decomposed, so on heating hydrogen NH2 NH2, hydrogen is decomposed into N2, that is nitrogen gas, and also NH3 ammonia. So on heating hydrogen is decomposed into nitrogen gas as well as NH3. So this is the third property of hydrogen. And fourth one, fourth property is oxidation. Oxidation. Hydrogen undergoes oxidation with oxygen, that is NH2 NH2. Whenever this is reacted with oxygen, it means oxidation, addition of oxygen, that is known as oxidation. So it gives N2 along with NH3 and also H2O. Hydrogen reacted with oxygen, that is it undergoes oxidation, it gives nitrogen gas, NH3 gas and also water. So in this reaction delta H, that is equal to minus 622 Kelvin, minus 622 kilocalories energy. So here delta H is equal to negative value. So it means amount of heat energy is released during the oxidation. Therefore, this reaction is a exothermic reaction. This is exothermic because delta H is equal to minus. So what is delta H? H is nothing but enthalpy. So enthalpy is nothing but amount of heat energy evolved in a reaction. So here delta H is equal to negative. It represents there is a decrease or increase. So here minus represent removal of heat energy. So heat energy is removed from the reaction. Therefore it is exothermic reaction. So here 622 kilocalories of energy is removed from the reaction. Therefore this hydrogen is used as a rocket fuel. This is used as a fuel for rockets because on oxidation it gives large amount of heat energy. So that heat amount of energy is used for the preparation of fuel for rockets. That is the application or uses of hydrogen. So hydrogen is used as a fuel for rockets. That is due to on oxidation it gives 622 kilocalories of heat energy. And then fifth property. Fifth property is reduction. Reduction. So whenever hydrogen NH2 NH2 this is hydrogen, is reacted with halogens, halogens like Cl2. It gives N2 molecule along with HCl. So whenever 2 moles of Cl2 is reacted with hydrogen, it gives N2 along with HCl. So in this reaction here, what is the oxidation state of nitrogen? So hydrogen, for hydrogen it is +1. So there are 2 hydrogens, therefore it is having a -2 oxidation state. So in NH2, nitrogen having -2 oxidation state. Whereas in the case of product side, it is N2, that is molecule. So N2 molecule is always having 0 oxidation state. Therefore here oxidation number is increased from -2 to 0 for nitrogen. So here increase in oxidation number for nitrogen, therefore nitrogen undergoes oxidation reaction. It undergoes oxidation reaction. Similarly here Cl2 molecule, so every molecule is always 0 oxidation state. So here chlorine having 0 oxidation number, whereas here this is H plus and it is -1. Therefore for chlorine oxidation number is decreased from 0 to -1. So for chlorine initially it is having 0 oxidation state, whereas it is converted into -1. Therefore oxidation number of chlorine is decreases from 0 to -1. Therefore it is a reduction reaction. This is reduction. So from this equation, hydrogen reacted with chlorine, it is converted into N2 along with HCl. Here oxidation number of nitrogen is increases from -2 to 0, whereas for chlorine its oxidation number is decreases from 0 to -1. Therefore nitrogen undergoes oxidation reaction, whereas Cl undergoes reduction reaction. Therefore what is reducing agent? Reducing agent is nothing but itself undergoes oxidation and it can reduce the another compound. So here hydrogen itself undergoes oxidation and it reduces Cl2 molecule into HCl. So Cl2 is reduced to HCl. Therefore hydrogen is a reducing agent. So this is the conclusion from reduction reaction. Hydrogen is a reducing agent. Reducing agent, that is nothing but itself undergoes oxidation and it can reduce the adjacent compound. So here Cl2 is the adjacent reactant, then the Cl2 is converted into HCl. Therefore it undergoes reduction and here hydrogen undergoes oxidation. Therefore hydrogen is a reducing agent. So this is the 5th property. And then next property, reaction with HNO2. HNO3 is nitric acid, HNO2 is nitrous acid. Nitrous acid. So HNO3, this is nothing but nitric acid, whereas HNO2 is nothing but nitrous acid. So whenever hydrogen reacted with nitrous acid, that is HNO2, it gives N2 molecule, water molecule, along with there is a product N3H, that is N3H, where N3H is known as hydrozoic acid. This is hydrozoic acid. Therefore hydrogen is used as a preparation of hydrozoic acid N3H. So here catenation of nitrogen is 3. It means nitrogen can bonded up to 3 nitrogens in a chain reaction. So here 3 nitrogen atoms are present in a single chain. This is nothing but hydrozoic acid. So hydrogen is used for the preparation of hydrozoic acid when it is reacted with nitrous acid, that is HNO2. So all these are the properties of hydrogen. So look at the properties again. First one is, it is a colorless liquid having a boiling point 386 Kelvin. And the second one is, it is soluble in water and also organic solvents like alcohols, esters, like that. And third one is, whenever it is heated, it is decomposed into N2 as well as NH3. And fourth one is oxidation. So during oxidation, it is converted into N2 plus NH3, where delta H is equal to minus 622 kilocalories. Therefore, this is a exothermic reaction and also used as a rocket fuel. And next one is reduction. So in this case, Cl2 is reduced to HCl. Therefore, hydrogen is a best reducing agent. And last one is reaction with HNO2, that is nitrous acid. So it gives hydrozoic acid. So all these are properties of hydrogen. Now uses. So what are the uses? First one. So first one is, hydrogen is used as a rocket fuel. So this is used as a fuel for rockets. So this is the first application. And the second one, so it is used as a reagent, for organic compounds preparation, So this is one of the reagent for the preparation of so many number of organic compounds. And third one is, it is a best reducing agent. So these are the uses of hydrogen. And finally, structure. So what is the structure of hydrogen? Structure. So NH2, nitrogen, hydrogen. Similarly, nitrogen, and hydrogen. So this is the structure of hydrogen, where the bond angle is 110 degrees. Here also the distance between two bonds is also again 110 degrees. So bond angle is always represented in degrees. So here bond angle is 110, and also distance between the bonds, that is nitrogen and hydrogen. So here bond length is equal to 1.04 pm. What is pm? pm is nothing but picometers. So this is the units for length in terms of meters. So 1 picometer is equal to 10 power minus 12 centimeters. 1 picometer is equal to 10 power minus 12 centimeters. Already you know angstrom units. So in general, bond length is represented in terms of angstroms. 1 angstrom is equal to 10 power minus 8 centimeters. So here bond length for nitrogen and hydrogen is equal to 1.04 picometers, and similarly the bond length between two nitrogen atoms is equal to 1.40 pm. So the bond distance between nitrogen atom is more compared to NH bond. So this is all about hydrogen, that is compound of nitrogen, NH2. So this is the first compound under this heading, compounds of 15th group elements. And now second element. Second element is NH2OH. NH2OH. So what is the name? Hydroxylamine. This is hydroxylamine. So this is the second compound of nitrogen or 15th group element. So now preparation. So how to prepare hydroxylamine? So first preparation. So first preparation from NH3OH HSO4. So what is the name of this compound? This is hydroxyl, this is ammonium, this is bisulfate. Therefore, this is known as hydroxyl ammonium bisulfate. This is hydroxyl ammonium bisulfate. Whenever this is interacted with barium hydroxide, BaOH twice, this is barium hydroxide. It gives NH2OH along with barium sulfate. So this is the preparation method for hydroxylamine. This is reacted with barium hydroxide, it gives NH2OH along with barium sulfate. And second preparation, is hydrolysis reaction, or simply electrical or electrolytic reduction of nitric acid So HNO3, this is nitric acid. So reduction, that is nothing but addition of H plus ions, that is known as reduction with electrolytic. So addition of electrons in presence of a cathode. So it gives NH2OH along with water. So these are the two preparation methods for the NH2OH, that is hydroxylamine. And now preparations. So write the reactions. HNO3, nitric acid, 6H plus and 6 electrons gives NH2OH. This is hydroxylamine. Now properties of hydroxylamine. Properties. So first property is it is a colorless solid. It is a colorless solid. Hydrogen is a colorless liquid, whereas hydroxylamine is a colorless solid. And the second one is it is again soluble in, it is also soluble in water as well as organic liquids or organic solvents. So these are the two properties. First one is colorless solid and the second one is soluble in water as well as soluble in organic solvents. And third one is decomposition. So the decomposition of NH2OH gives so here 2 moles of NH2OH is converted into N2 plus H2O. So simply it is dissociated or decomposed into nitrogen gas as well as water. So this is the third property. And then fourth one is a reduction. So hydroxylamine is the best reducing agent It is the best reducing agent compared to hydrogen also, because it can reduce halogens, Fehling solution, Tollens reagent, and also so many compounds. So it is having a best reducing character. So for example, if suppose NH2OH, hydroxyl amine, whenever this hydroxyl amine is reacted with halogen, that is Cl2, it is simply converted into N2 plus H2O along with HCl. Therefore here nitrogen easily undergoes oxidation and Cl undergoes reduction. Nitrogen undergoes oxidation and Cl2 undergoes reduction. So same explanation, nitrogen here having a negative charge, that is -2, but here it is 0. So its oxidation number is increases from -2 to 0. Therefore itself undergoes oxidation and it reduces Cl2 as HCl. Therefore this is 0 charge, this is -1 charge, its oxidation number is decreases, hence it undergoes a reduction. Therefore NH2OH is a reducing agent, itself undergoes oxidation and it reduces Cl2 as HCl. Therefore this is reducing agent. And also Tollens reagent. What is Tollens reagent? Ammonium silver nitrate is known as Tollens reagent. So Tollens reagent is reacted with NH2OH. Tollens reagent is reacted with NH2OH in presence of a base, that is OH minus. It is simply converted into 2Az. So this is a silver mirror along with water. So here Tollens reagent is reduced to silver, that is Az. So it is a mirror, Tollens mirror. So it can reduce Tollens reagent. And also Fehling solution, copper sulfate is reacted with NH2OH in presence of a base. It is converted into a red color precipitate Cu2O, cuprous oxide, this is a precipitate PPT, along with water. Therefore NH2OH easily reduce halogens, Fehling solution as well as Tollens reagent. In all these cases the reagents, that is Cl2 or Tollens reagent or Fehling solution, all are undergoes reduction reactions, whereas NH2OH undergoes oxidation reaction. Therefore itself undergoes oxidation and it reduces the Cl2, Tollens as well as Fehling. Therefore it is the best reducing agent. So this is about reduction, fourth property. Now fifth property. So fifth property is basic nature. So what is base? Basic nature. So whenever NH2OH is reacted with a base or an acid HCl, so it's simply converted into NH3 plus OH and Cl minus. So when NH2OH is reacted with an acid, it forms a salt. This is salt. So you know that acid plus base is always gives salt. HCl is an acid, therefore this is a base. Therefore NH2OH is a basic in nature. So all these are properties of NH2OH. And now reaction with carbonyl compounds. Reaction with carbonyl compounds. So what is a carbonyl compound? If a compound contains C double bond O functional group, then it is known as carbonyl compound. If suppose if a compound having RC double bond OH, then it is known as aldehyde. This is aldehyde. If a compound containing RC double bond OR, both are alkyl groups, then it is known as ketone. Ketones. Therefore, carbonyl compounds are two types. One is aldehydes and second one is ketones. If it is hydrogen, then it is aldehyde. If both are alkyls, then it is a ketone. So whenever ketone is reacted with, this is ketone, dialkyl ketone. So R are nothing but any alkyl groups. Whenever this is interacted with NH2OH, then it gives oximes. It gives oximes. So what is oxime? So look at the reaction. So in this reaction, there is a removal of water molecule takes place. So oxygen from keto group and hydrogen from NH2OH. So by the removal of H2O, it converted into RCR double bond NOH. This is known as oxime. This is known as oxime. So carbonyl compounds are reacted with NH2OH, it forms an oxime. Therefore, NH2OH is used for the conformation test for carbonyl compound. If a compound forms oximes with NH2OH, then definitely that compound containing C double bond O, that is carbonyl functional group. The example for this reaction is, if suppose if alkyl is CH3, that is methyl group. So dimethyl ketone. This is dimethyl ketone, CH3COCH3, simply known as acetone. Whenever acetone reacted with hydroxylamine, it forms oxime. So which oxime? Acetooxime. CH3 C double bond N single bond OH. This is nothing but acetooxime. Simply acetoxime. By the removal of water molecule, so acetone reacted with NH2OH, it finally forms acetooxime. So if a compound forms acetooxime, then definitely the compound is acetone. So this is the second one for the conformation for carbonyl group. And next one is preparation of nylon 6 polymer. Preparation of nylon 6 polymer. So nylon 6 polymer is prepared from NH2OH. The here starting material is cyclohexanone. Cyclohexanone. So this is cyclohexanone. Whenever cyclohexanone reacted with NH2OH, it forms an oxime like this. Double bond N, single bond OH. This is cyclohexanone oxime. Cyclohexanone oxime. Cyclohexanone oxime. This cyclohexanone oxime undergoes rearrangement. It forms caprolactam. caprolactam. So this is the monomer. This monomer is used for the preparation of a polymer, that is nylon 6. So whenever n moles of caprolactam undergoes polymerization, that is process of formation of polymer. So simply combination of n number of caprolactams gives a polymer known as nylon 6. So this is a polymer containing 6 number of carbon atoms, where 6 represents number of carbon atoms present in that monomer. So here caprolactam combined with each other, finally it forms a nylon 6. So this is formed from NH2OH. Therefore NH2OH is used as a preparation of polymers. So these are the uses and properties of NH2OH. So in this class we discussed about two compounds. First one is NH2, that is hydrazine, and second compound is hydroxylamine. So these are the two important compounds of 15th group elements. So totally we completed the compounds of So totally we completed the compounds of 13th group elements as well as 14th group elements and also 15th group elements. So this unit contains p block elements up to 13, 14 and 15. So first of all we discussed about the elements of all these groups and properties of all these groups, and then compounds of 13, that is boron family, and then carbon family, finally nitrogen family. So under the boron compounds we studied boranes, also borazole and also borazine, that is simply nothing but boron nitride, Bn. So under the heading of carbon compounds we studied hydrides, that is nothing but silanes and also silicones. And finally under the compounds of nitrogen, one is hydroxylamine and one more compound is hydrazine. So these are the compounds present in your unit 1 syllabus. So this is the syllabus of first unit, that is p block elements. So I stop here today and I discuss next group, that is unit number 2, that is p block elements, that contains 16 as well as 17th group elements. Both are also p block elements. So these elements are studied in second unit. So I shall continue my class on tomorrow. Thank you.